Hello, everybody. Welcome back to E20 Zone TV. I hope you're having a very, very good day because we most certainly are. I did not expect that man to be arriving tonight. I thought I was riding solo and getting it all done on my own, but he has arrived. Lucas, how are you feeling?
I'm fantastic. I've had an absolute beautiful morning. Got a little cardio in this morning about 5 a.m. Made it back home for the match. It was 7:30 a.m. kickoff today, and for me, 7:30 a.m. kickoffs always have potential to ruin your whole day. And I can't remember the last time we've won a 7:30 or half past noon your time kickoff. So my day is good, and the match ended up being absolutely fantastic. I'm very happy with the result. May they continue. Top 6 at Christmas feels absolutely fantastic, and it does heal the wound a bit from Wednesday. I'm still a bit upset about it just because of the opportunity we had in front of us, but it's always a great time, always a great day when you beat United at home or away. So I'm buzzing.
Listen, you can't win them all. That's the one thing I will say, and everyone who thinks that we can are fucking mad. Before we get into it, I was out today. I went into Romford and watched it. And people are happy. People are quite relatively happy. Obviously, people look at Moyes and go like with the style of play and all that. But I think what I've got to learn in 2024 is not to believe social media, because I see a lot of people today in the pubs and everything, and people were over the moon with West Ham.
That's what I try to. That's why I always try to put in my head when making just like statements about the fan base. I know people hate when people try to assume what others think and whatnot.
Yeah.
But then again, you got to also keep in your head that Twitter is Twitter, Facebook is Facebook. There's loads of people that do not use social media that are West Ham supporters, and we have zero clue what their opinions are. So really, we are a bit of a minority space on social media. But yeah, I mean, early Christmas present. I'm happy as hell, and it's nice to hear that everyone in Romford is cheery after that.
I know, mate. It was very, very good in Romford. No, I'm not drunk. I just want to say that. Right, let's get into this. Alphonse Areola, rocky first half, Lucas.
Yeah, there was a one save that I think it was from Kobe Mainu, hit a bit of a wobbler at him, and he miscontrolled it a bit and put it out of play. But I thought Areola was all right today. Made all the saves. His pass accuracy wasn't that great, but then again, I don't expect goalkeepers to be like midfielders and have a 90% pass accuracy. But he made the saves he did, kept a clean sheet. So I'm going to give him a solid 7, just because realistically he didn't have a bunch to do today.
I'm going to give him a 6. I thought first half I thought he weren't all that. I thought the boys literally got him out of trouble, especially in the first half. That shot, that sort of ricocheted, it was like they even said it on the TV, that reminded them of De Gea last year, like the Benrahma shot that went over. And I don't know, with Areola, he's just, I don't know. He's never 2 games the same.
No clean sheet tax?
Possibly.
Maybe. I mean, he made 3 out of 3 in his saves.
High 6 for me, mate.
All right.
High 6 to the 6. So we'll move on. Right, let's move on to this man. Vladimir Coufal. Lucas, what you saying?
A tricky one. I thought he got up and down the pitch very well. I think he was unlucky not to have a shot attempt in, I think it was I can't remember if it was the first or second half, but he busted his gut on a counterattack. I think it was 3-on-2. He was unlucky not to receive the ball. But I thought he was decent today. Again, part of the clean sheet, 4 ball recoveries, won both of his tackles, 10 defensive actions, whatever really that means. And he only misplaced 6 passes, 23 for 29, 79%. I'll give him, and I can't really remember any of his crosses today, if I'll be honest. They say none of his crosses connected today, so 0 for 5. I'll give him just a 7 because of the clean sheet. But I mean, if people want to give him a 6, that's fine.
I'll see a few crosses in the second half where he gets into the positions, and I'm thinking, please just put the ball in. like into a good position. And the problem is with Coufal is that when he does cross the ball, it's crossing it into an area rather than into sort of like quality. Do you know what I mean? It's not a quality cross; it's an area cross.
And to be fair, like he really has no one to head it into. Really,
Yeah.
Bowen is decent at heading, but he's not. He doesn't really get in the air like that. So really, his only target in open play is Soucek or Alvarez if they get forward. So I don't know how much I can really like say that about his crosses unless he's taking corners as well. But
yeah, I hear, mate. I'll give him just a 7. Clean sheet, done all right. Do you know what I mean? He had who did he have on his side? Yeah, was it Ganesha on his side? Was it that he had? Oh, Anthony.
Yeah.
He had one of them on their side, and he had done pretty well. So I'll give him a solid 7.
Mitch said it the other day on the Christmas special, or it was either the Christmas special or some other show. But I think Coufal, like, what really helps him in the Premier League, because we all know he's not the most technically gifted. He's not like the most fantastic passer of the ball, but he has a fantastic football IQ. He knows where to be. Positional awareness is fantastic, and that's really what sets him up for success, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree, mate. I really
do. He grafts, absolutely grafts.
So do we all when we're watching West Ham. Fuck me, don't I know it? Let's move on to this, man. Mavropanos. First half, I'll go first on this one. The miscue, like it was a bit all over the place in the first half. Nervous as heck. Yeah. Second half, a lot better. I'll make mine short and sweet. I'm going to give him a high 6. I thought first half he was not with it at all. And there was a few times where a better Manchester United side getting in would have scored. But second half, once we scored, he seemed to turn into like the Greek goddess or god that he is. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, high 6 for me. What are you saying?
Yeah, first half, I would say shaky. That back pass, and then he did slip on one where they got through, I believe. So twice he made some errors that got them through. But second half, I really thought he winded his neck in. He got stuck in. And one thing I do give him a lot of credit, and I like more about him than Agard is he is better in a low block and he heads everything away, kind of like Zouma a bit, but he's not as good of a defender on the ground as Agard is. So it's a big give and take for any Agard Mavropanos fans out there. But I'm gonna give it.
Let me ask you a question. Do you feel more safe with Mav in the team over Agard on the ground?
No, because I just think I can sometimes get over the fact that Agard is not that great in the air because he's surrounded by other players within the 11 that are good in the air. But with Mavropanos, he's just another body that's great in the air. So on corners, etc., I'm very confident with him. But he does seem to just slip a lot. But just like Agard, he has good recovery speed. And even when he did give the ball away, he did almost get back to his defender. But again, first half shaky. Second half, I thought he was very good. So I'm gonna give him a strong 6. But I really thought second half he was very, very good. But the first half could have cost us, but it didn't. So I'm happy. And I still don't know if I prefer him or Agard. I think Agard is still slightly ahead, but Mavropanos does have a different quality. It's like they have like a bit of the same profile, but Mavropanos is better in the air, but Agard's better on the ground defending. So give and take.
Moving on to this man, the captain. I'm going to go first to this one. I thought he was fucking superb.
Immense today. Absolutely fantastic.
I said to my mate next to me, I said, Zouma looks like the Zouma of old. Like, he's back in action.
Man mountain.
Absolute superb. I thought when balls were coming in, he was fronting his face to everything. Amount of times, there was a chance in the second half and the ball comes down the side. I think it's from Rashford. If it comes across, it's a goal. It's a guaranteed goal. Yep. He's there. I'm going to be straight. He was my man of the match. He really was. Like, I thought,
until the goal, he was easily my man of the match.
He was man of the match for me up until the goals.
Honestly.
I'm going to give him a high 8. I thought he was superb today. Absolutely superb. I don't remember him doing a lot wrong. I thought that is Zouma. That's proper Zouma, that is. Do you know what I mean? That's the Zouma that you want in this team. And I thought he was excellent. High 8 for me. What you saying?
I love Kurt Zouma. He's got to be that type of defender that even like older fans who are like in their 50s, 60s, 70s that they can appreciate someone like that. He's just no nonsense. Is he slow? Yes, but he loves a tackle. He loves blocking a shot. He loves clearing everything with his head with venom, and he just boots everything away out of danger. I love the guy. Didn't pass the ball a lot today, but 92% pass accuracy. He was 3 out of 5 for his long balls, which is impressive. 7 clearances, 12 defensive actions. He was just an absolute brick wall today for me. And I'm going to have to come back around to give my man of the match after we're done, but I'm going to give him an 8. He was absolutely immense. It's going to be, once his time is done here at West Ham, I do think it's going to be hard to find someone like that again, because that style of defender, like him and Craig Dawson, even though Zouma's better defending, better one-on-one, but it's going to be hard to find defenders like that again that are they're no nonsense. They really don't care to have the ball, but if they do get the ball, they have that touch of quality.
What I like about him the most is that, one, he's no nonsense. Two, he's reading of the game is a lot better than a lot of the defenders around us. When you look at him and some of our defenders stand still. Coufal's one of them, like, who sometimes he's standing still. He's not seeing, like, he's not reading the game. But Zouma today read absolutely everything that Manchester United done,
and he really positions himself well, in my opinion, because he definitely knows he's not the fastest. His pace is a bit gone from injuries and whatnot, but he positions himself so well to succeed in a one-on-one, or
totally agree
to fill the gap, even if someone of pace is on the ball.
Yeah, totally agree with mate. But this comes to this man. Oh, what a player! What a fucking player this geezer is, mate. Mate, listen, I'm going to say this, and shout out to all the people who have backed him up, like me and Lucas and a few others, right? But shout out to Rob Newman. Yeah, people keep saying about Tim Steidten. Does Tim Steidten, like, he's the man and everything. Fucking Rob Newman was the man and all, because he brought us Paquetá and Emerson to this club. Absolute bargain for £13 million. Like, for what he brings to this side. And it is quite frightening with West Ham. I'm going to be honest, that we are relying so much on the left back from our defensive position. Now, if he goes down, we are fucked, literally.
Severely.
But he was superb today. Another really good performance from him. What are you saying, Lucas? I'll let you go first.
I said this on a space the other day. We were talking about January and transfers and whatnot, and we were trying to be like as realistic as possible, because let's be honest, we all wish that in January we could get 5-6 players that we all know we need to fill in the depth, fill in the gaps. But realistically, I gave my opinion. If we can get a quality backup left back in DM, I really think we could push on this season, because we're going to get on to another player in that DM spot. But Emerson, that is my guy. I love watching him play. I'm not comparing him to Declan Rice quality wise, but he is almost in Declan Rice territory of when this guy he's so consistent. You know what you're going to get from him every single match. We all know he's a big game player, but he brings what we've been missing for such a long time. Like, he's
a ball carrier, Lucas.
He's doing what Cresswell did his first 4 seasons here, and that was so immense. But Emerson does it in a complete different way. He can get up and down the pitch without the ball. His driving runs are very good.
What he does, and this is what I've always said, that what West Ham need is ball carriers. He's a natural ball carrier. You give him the ball, and he will get us out of danger.
And the one thing that separates him the most from other left backs in the league, in my opinion, he really does have a natural knack for 1-2s. He's so good on the 1-2. He just knows He knows when to go up the pitch. He knows when to stay. He knows when to carry the ball off of 1-2. He's just so good. And I really do think his defending is so underrated. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying he's by any means a top 10, top 5 defensive player at the left back position in the Premier League. But for a very dynamic left back that loves to get forward, his defending gets the job done 1,000% for me. Right here, it even proves 4 for 4 in his tackles today, 4 clearances, 8 defensive actions, 3 ball recoveries, 5 for 7 in his ground duels today. I absolutely love the guy. The only thing that bothers me is that he doesn't have the cross that Cresswell has, but he does put in a variety of crosses, as with Cresswell. He always just put in that one looping ball. But
yeah,
with me, I can live with that with Emerson, because he does have the ability to get to the byline, cut it back, but his crossing, not that great. I'm going to give Emerson, I mean, this is just a vintage 7, strong 7. He's just, I'm gonna give him a solid 7. He's just so reliable, and that's the one thing I like about Paquetá being on the wing. It just gives him so much more opportunity to link up with Emerson, play 1-2s, get up the pitch with style, with ease. It's so good on the eye. I love Emerson. I'm gonna have to get a kit with him on the back. Mate. I love the guy.
Oh man, Shaggy. Evening, fellas. Comfortable win over Diabolical Scene. Bring on number 41 and the rest of his North London.
Let's have it.
I know, mate. I can't wait. For me, solid 7 for Emerson. Superb signing, £13 million. Does exactly what he says on the tin. Runs up and down, carries the ball well. Even gets stuck into a point and takes a yellow card. So you've got everything in a player there. Do you know what I mean? And it proves to everyone right now that sometimes money doesn't always buy you the best of the best. Sometimes paying a little bit less for a player and developing that player is the move. And I
could talk about the man all day, and he really is underrated.
He is, mate. Here comes this man. Thomas Soucek. What do you make of him today, mate?
Quiet, a bit of a ghost, but you know me, that to me doesn't translate to having a bad match. Just I think, I don't know, Mitch disagrees a bit with that kind of view, which is okay. I talked to him a bit earlier today before he had to run off, but like, I don't know, he didn't do a lot. I mean, he only touched the ball, where is it? He only had 29 touches, but didn't do a lot, didn't have to do a lot. He just kind of got
defensively.
Stuck in.
What do you think of him defensively today? I thought he was all right defensively.
Defensively, he was very good. Won 5 out of his 6 duels. 4 out of 6 aerial duels won. 3 ball recoveries, 7 defensive actions, a block, a clearance.
Yeah. He was all right defensively today.
And his passing wasn't too bad. He only attempted 17 passes. He made 12 out of 17. So I'll give Soucek a strong 6 for his defensive work in transition and in the box. But again, I've always said this, and you've heard me say it a million times. Like, when you are in a side with Alvarez, Ward-Prowse, Paquetá, Kudus, Bowen, Emerson, how many touches realistically are you going to get? And are you?
The thing is,
are you going to be in position to really show yourself for
I
the
know
ball?
what you're saying there, but I don't want Soucek to be the man who influences the game.
Yeah, exactly. That's my point.
Do you know what I'm saying?
So, like, when people give him these poor and bad ratings because he didn't touch the ball a lot, like, I don't see it that way. And like you just said, I don't want Soucek to be the guy I want showing. I don't want Soucek to be Lucas
Paquetá. That's what it
is.
is.
We saw on Wednesday, he is bad at that role. So, like, why are we like just shitting on him for being crap at that role? And then when he doesn't do that role, people are still moaning because, oh, he doesn't show for the ball. He didn't do anything today. He was good defensively.
Defensively, good today, yeah.
And really, that's his job to be good in both boxes.
What I'm going to say for him, I agree with you 100% on your rating. I'm with you. Strong 6 for me. Defensively, very good, but I don't want him to be our influence attacker. I want the front 3 to attack and the front 3 to do
especially
the damage.
Right now.
Yeah, and if that is the case, then we've got a really, really good front 3. So for me, I make it short and sweet. Strong 6, decent defensively. But
And it'll only be a plus if. And again, let's think about it this way: there's not many players that can do Soucek's role and is fantastic going forward. You're approaching like Yaya Toure territory with that. Like,
yeah,
he wasn't as good in the air as Soucek, but like when you're asking Soucek to do what he's doing now and be able to go forward and dictate a game, that is Yaya Toure territory.
If he can just be
there's not many Yaya Toures.
If he can be good defensively, good in both boxes, that'll do me. That really will.
Exactly.
Right, let's come to this man, Edson Alvarez. I do love this geezer. I thought he was absolutely superb today.
Very good today. Very good.
What is going on, Lucas? Because one week we just never know what we're going to get with him, and then the next week he turns into a performance like this.
With me, you already know, and some people in the chat who watch us regularly, they know how I feel about Alvarez. But I'm telling you, he's always at his best when he's just playing his role. When he drops back as the third center half in possession, he stays a bit back or not as much in the mix. He is truthfully at his best. Like the assist he had the other day, right? That was all well and good, but like that's to Kudus, whatever match that was. I have short-term memory.
Freiburg.
Yes. Like that was great and all, and he does have that quality of a pass in him, but that's not where he's best. And it's not like Ward-Prowse and Soucek where they can interchange from 10 to an 8 or whatever you want to call it, right? So with Alvarez, I love when he anchors the back four. I love in possession when he drops as the third center half and he gets the ball to who it has to go to. And for me, that's when he's at his best. 88% pass accuracy today. He had a successful dribble, 3 out of 4 accurate long balls, 5 ball recoveries. Like he done his job today. And when he does his job, I think he's very essential to our side. And it does prove to a point, even though like I didn't think he was like he didn't do anything life altering today. He just done his job.
No, he does his job, mate. He does
his job very well. And it shows that even when he's not at his best, when he's in the side, we are a lot better. And when he is on his game, we do look completely different. And that's when I go back to, we need to find a DM of some sort in January, because if we can find someone with that same profile, or even we can just find someone that's just a very, very defensive midfielder.
We need a box-to-box midfielder, mate.
Like,
that's what we need.
Like Flynn Downs to me, he's a DM, but he's not the type of DM we need to, like, say if we were to bring him back, which we're not. That type of DM I don't think would suit us well as Alvarez's backup. We need someone with a similar profile.
What I'm going to say with Alvarez is that, one, I always thought he'd be the one to come in and really do well for West Ham. I think for the price that we paid for him, very, very good signing. Today, I'm going to give him a solid 7, a high 7. I thought he was excellent.
Same.
In all aspects. What this geezer does, he does exactly what it says on the tin. You want heart, passion, desire, commitment, and all that. He's your guy.
No yellow card today, too. I might give him a strong 7.
He's a strong 7, right? But what you want out of a West Ham player is exactly what Edson Alvarez is. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So for me, I think he's been superb since he's come in. I think he needs a bit of help. I'm not going to lie. I agree with you. I think when you got Soucek in there, and then when you look at Alvarez, his technical ability is excellent. To a point.
This could be a bold shout, but I know it seems like he's on his way out, but I wouldn't even mind like maybe trying to give Kerr a shot at defensive midfielder. He's played there before. Me personally, I wouldn't do it, but I don't think it'd be the worst idea in the world. But we need to find someone to back this guy up.
I know a man. in Middlesbrough. Is it Hayden Hackney? I think his name is.
That name that was mentioned the other night. But
go and get him out of Borough. He's the guy.
But he's proved so far that even when he's not at his best, when he's in the side, we look way more solid. And then when he does his job and he's on his game, we look a good side. We look stable. We look solid. So I'm gonna give him a strong 7, because like I said, when this guy just does his job, and when he's not like finding his way high up the pitch, or Moyes doesn't put him high up the pitch, or like interchanging with certain people, when he's at third center half in possession And then when we're defending, he's right in front of him. I do love the guy, even though the rivalry between USA and Mexico runs very deep.
Fair enough, mate.
I had the same reservations with Chicharito, mind you, and I ended up coming along to him.
You did indeed. Right, James Ward-Prowse. What do you make of him, Lucas? I'll let you go first.
James Ward-Prowse. I thought he was solid. Like
he got moved about a bit today. I'm going to be honest. He was.
I think he was more in the 10 today, which I liked, but he did interchange a little bit with Soucek.
He got moved to the left also in the second half.
I thought he was decent. His corners today were again with Ward-Prowse for me. His bad corners are still like all right in my opinion, but
yeah,
it wasn't really masterclass from his corners today. He kept the ball. He kept the ball well. He was steady, 89% pass accuracy. Won his one tackle, got stuck in 2 clearances, 3 defensive actions, 5 ball recoveries.
What are you rating him? Give me a number.
I think I'm going to give him a strong 6 because I think I've seen more steady performances where he's a bit more impactful. And he wasn't a ghost like Soucek today, but like he just didn't impact the match enough for me. But he was reliable, he was steady, and again he grafts, he gets stuck in. I love James Ward-Prowse. I cannot wait for that free kick to go in. It's going to be absolute scenes. I need it in my life now.
I agree, mate.
Strong 6 for me.
I'm going to agree. Strong 6, superb effort today. I'll give him that. Do you know what I mean? But just not really the end product, so to speak, at the minute. But he was decent enough. That will do us for now. Moving on to this man. How to like?
Let me tell you right now. This guy at West Ham United. And mind you, again, I don't mind saying it. I've been watching now for almost nine years coming up now.
Right.
But I've gone back through the archives. I've watched the classic match highlights on the YouTube channel. I've seen some things. This guy, I got a little nickname for him. I call him Moku. Just a nice little mix. My king. He might have the best weak foot at West Ham I've ever seen. His right foot is absolutely devastating. The fact, like, him and Bowen, I don't think Bowen has as good of a weak foot as him, but him and Bowen on their right, they have that same little shot where, like, he has a bit more venom on it, but, like, it's not necessarily a P roller, but the way it comes off their weak foot and it just goes right to the corner, right to the bottom corner. Absolutely devastating.
I'm going to be honest, yeah. I said it the other week, and I will fucking say it again and again. This geezer's impact at the club is similar to Payet's impact at the club. I've not seen a. Don't forget, this geezer's first game in a West Ham shirt, right? He was signed. His first actual proper game was against Luton, for a minute. Then the next game he comes in against Newcastle at home and scores. Yeah,
great goal too.
People keep saying, no, he's not like fucking Payet. They're 2 different players. I know they're 2 different fucking players. But what I'm trying to say is the impact of the man is something that I've not seen for a long time since Payet.
And
every time though, Lucas, I'm going to say this: every time he goes forward, and he has a shot, or like if it's 1-on-1, I said to my mate today, it's always on target. Every shot that he has always seems to be heading towards the goal. Like, listen, Ben Rama, other players over the years that I've seen, every time they have a shot, you don't know where it's going to land. Like, it could land at fucking Stratford fucking station. Yeah. But with Kudus, every time that geezer has a shot, it's always on target. I thought first half he was quiet. And one thing I do like about this geezer, he don't mind taking the yellow card. Yeah, Manchester United was breaking on us today. Bang, he takes a yellow card, holds his hand up. Right, goes again. Second half, gets the ball sticks to him like glue. He's fucking good, mate. He's very good.
He's so good, and I literally could watch this guy play all
Yeah.
day. The way he turns players, the way he drops his shoulder and drives forward. I said this the other day. I think his back post cross is so underrated. That thing is a deadly weapon.
Yeah.
But the only thing I wish Kudus would stop or try to like get out of his game, that dangerous back pass where he cuts it in between like three different players. He almost set us up to concede on one today, which again, it didn't happen, so fair play. But that's like one thing. That's the only thing that makes me uneasy about this guy. But if he gets that out of there, he's so good. He's 23. He lit the World Cup on fire. I cannot believe this guy plays at West Ham United for 38 million Great British pounds. This guy should be at United. Eric Ten Hag messed up massively.
Well, rumor has it, right?
He preferred Anthony over Kudus.
He preferred Anthony over Kudus. He didn't rate Kudus.
Thank you, Ten Hag. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ten Hag. Listen, for me, I'm going to give him a solid 8. I like this kid. Yeah, this kid is one of the bright sparks in this season.
He could be that. He could. Same with Paquetá. I really do think, again, and I know Alfie is a bit close to the chest with this, and so am I. I don't like making comparisons with Payet because like that to me is the greatest I've seen. And do I think that's achievable for someone to be better than Payet? Absolutely. I'm not one of those guys that's going to gatekeep him, but he has the potential. He has the potential.
No, the impact of what he's doing right now is the same as Payet. What he's doing right now is he's scoring goals, he's making goals.
I'll come back to you at the end of the season.
Come back at me at the end of the season, because I'm telling you right now, from September to December the 23rd, right, in 4 months, right, he's scoring goals, he's making goals. And what I like about the goals that he's scoring, they're all kinds of different goals, yeah? Do you know what I mean? He's awareness in and around the box. He's not selfish. He's not looking to sort of like all think about him. One thing I loved about him today, I'm going to say it fucking quite openly, his interview after, even my mate said, for how long Payet was here, Payet never come out and spoke, but Kudus comes out, he speaks well, he's humble. I think he enjoys playing at West Ham. Yeah, don't get me wrong. How long we keep him for, God knows. But while he's here, you got to love him.
I'll never forget that Craig Bellamy podcast interview when he was saying, you cannot fool the West Ham fans. They pay good money to see these players have a go. And it really shows your bollocks if things are not going your way and you're still having a go. What I love the most about this guy, I don't think I've said it to you, or I don't know if people know, probably. I say so much shit. But this guy defensively is so good. He is just as good, if not better than Bowen defensively. But I'm going to speak some stats real quick. 6 out of his 9 dribbles successful. 1 out of 2 in his crosses. 2 out of 4 for his long balls. 7 defensive actions. 8 ball recoveries. 4 out of his 5 tackles won. 14 out of 19 ground duels won. This guy, I'm telling you, and again, I love what he does going forward, but I do not know what it is about him and Jared Bowen being wingers and them defending so well. It really just like makes me want to get up and just like fucking. I love it. I absolutely
right. Give me a number. Number me.
Those defensive stats really make me want to give him. I don't. You know what? I don't care. I'm giving him a strong 8. He's so good, and like I said, he encaptures what Craig Bellamy said in that interview. Like, even when things are not going our way or his way, the guy still keeps going forward. He drops his shoulder, even if nothing comes of it.
Yeah,
he's still making the effort.
I don't think I've seen him. I'm going to be straight before we move on. I don't think I've ever seen him get frustrated in a West Ham shirt, i.e. if a ball's not come to him, it's not like the other geezer that plays in North London now where he throws his arms up in the fucking air every 5 seconds when something won't go his way. Kudus don't do that. He's just a humble lad who cares, he wants to play football, and for us to get him for £38 million, whatever happens in the future with him,
yeah,
that we are going to earn money on this geezer. Whether he fires us into Europe or we sell him.
And the one last thing I want to say about Kudus, and again, I don't know if there's any Ajax aficionados out there that watch week in, week out, and they support West Ham, but David Moyes needs credit for Kudus. I don't know if Kudus was that good defensively at Ajax. I know he played in the 10 or in the midfield more than on the wing, I think. But David Moyes, to a point, has got this guy cooking and playing total team football, and we're reaping the individual awards as well with him going forward. He is so – and shout out to Tim Stein as well for seeing the vision. That Moyes needs credit, in my opinion, for bringing someone like him from Ajax who – I even said it about Alvarez with like his stats going forward and his progressive carries. In a league like the Eredivisie, playing at a side like Ajax, their stats are a bit boosted because really they have the ball so much, kind of like City. But so the fact for me that someone coming from Ajax like Kudus, and he works so hard, he's so good defensively now. And again, I don't know if he was like that at Ajax, but credit to David Moyes, credit to Tim Stein. I cannot believe this guy's at West Ham United.
I know, mate. Before I move on, I'm going to be honest with you. I agree with you on that. What you just said there about Moyes. People were criticising Moyes, saying, "Why are you not throwing this geezer in? He's just scored hat-tricks and stuff like that at Ajax." And I think Moyes took his time to bed him into the side, and now he's fully in. That's it.
Normally takes longer, and that just shows how good Kudus is. I'm not joking. I tweeted today. We are so privileged, in my opinion, to watch Kudus, Paquetá, and Jared Bowen. What players we have at this club.
I agree, mate. Let's move on to this man. I'll go first. Fuck me, Lucas Paquetá. You have arrived. I'm gonna be honest. I always said that he doesn't turn games on his own. This kid, he doesn't. Like he does it one game. You might not see him for a few games, and sometimes you can go missing. The last 2 Premier League games, he's been absolutely superb. I thought today he was excellent, absolutely excellent everywhere. Buying fouls, the assist for the first goal. Fuck me, mate. That is world class ability.
They only credited him with 1 assist today, which is absolutely disgusting.
It is a little bit, yeah. I did.
Not me, Chief.
I'll tell you what. Right, I thought that first goal assist was superb, absolute superb. That is a man who is playing like at the top of his game.
And I'm always going to say it because I say it all the time. What me and Mitch said when we bought him. You have just got to take the bad with the good. Does the flopping suck to see? Yes.
Yeah.
Does he turn the ball over in our own half, trying fancy flicks? Yes. Is he lazy sometimes? Yes. But this guy, Moyes has even said before, he has never had a player like this, and he's learning on the job with Paquetá. You have just got to let this guy cook. And I know it gets frustrating at times, but his good is sensational. And I won't change my opinion on it. I don't think he's world class, but in my opinion, on days like this, he's very close, in my opinion.
If he carries on putting in consistent performances.
Yeah, that's the issue.
Yeah.
And I don't think he will become that consistent player in the Premier League, at least, because it is a tough league.
I think if he becomes consistent with West Ham, then he does become a world class player. Best way of summing it up is number 41. When he was with us, he was consistent. He was consistent. And listen, whether you like him or you don't like him anymore, whatever, but he was consistent. If Paquetá becomes consistent, we have got a top quality world class player.
5 assists in his last 2 matches as well. What a man!
Yeah, he's superb, mate. I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10. I think the first goal's quality. I think the way he sort of rigs that one up is just superb. And what I liked with West Ham today is they was patient. Yeah, people will say, "Oh, the style of play." The first half was shit. Don't get me wrong, I agree. Second half, we was biding our time, and then bang, he comes up with something special, opens the door, and we go flying through it. So, 8 out of 10 for me. What you rating him, Lucas? Give me a number.
For me, his passing the numbers weren't fantastic. They 72% pass accuracy. He touched the ball 74 times. Won both of his tackles, 8 ball recoveries, and 9 out of 18 ground duels won. And again, one thing that we never got with Payet that Paquetá does offer us, he has the flair, he has the skill, and no matter what, he does work his socks off in transition, getting back, defending. Even if it is very not fundamental, he does tackle weird, but I really do love the guy, and I've always been prepared to take the good with the bad. I'm going to give him an 8. Fantastic second half.
Coming to this, man. Oh, mate, I love it. I'm going first.
11, I'm getting emotional talking about these three. I'm getting emotional.
I know, mate. I'm going to talk about these for at the end and all. 11-4, ladies and gentlemen. And you might be asking me, James, what do you mean by 11-4? 11-4 was West Ham to have be the top goal scorer at West Ham this season. Any player, yeah. And I had Jared Bowen at 11-4, ladies and gentlemen. So yes, he's just fucking brilliant. This kid, he really is, right? I always knew that there was a talented player there. Yeah, always knew. What I like about him is how he can switch from right wing to centre forward, and people are a bit sceptical about having him as centre forward. If he's scoring goals, yeah, you put him up front. Simple as that. Do you know what I mean? Because it is what it is. I thought first half he was a bit isolated a little bit today. Well, one thing I love about him, and I've said it numerous times over the last few weeks, is he consistently presses. He's on his toes all the time. I thought the goal was well worked. Got a bit of luck, but you make your own luck in this world. And he just works hard, this geezer. Like he just gives it everything. He cares. He loves the club. I'm going to give him. I can't give him an 8, but I can give him a strong 7. I think a strong 7 is where I'm at. What you saying, Lucas?
Yeah, I'm going to give him a strong 7 just because first half, not really his fault, but not a lot of service. Shout out to Dean. Thank you. Also, go subscribe to Dean as well. He makes great content on Algerian football and all that. Absolute stellar guy. But Jared Bowen, I mean, you can't paint. Well, you can because we've had him in the past, but this guy is just West Ham. He's everything I want in a player. He's that type of player that you dream of, that signs that 7-year contract. You dream of a player that wants to play at your club, hopefully retire at the club, and he just represents the club so well. That video he done the other day for the family and the 2 kids just made me want to cry. And then the war veteran with Noble, that almost made me want to cry as well. Shout out to charity. Shout out to loving, kind, warm-hearted people. But Jared Bowen today, it's second half. I think Moyes needs a bit of credit with the way Bowen and Kudus and Paquetá as well, they interchange. It's so dangerous because
what I like about it, they're on the move all the time, Lucas.
Because in my opinion, I still don't think Jared Bowen is that great at holding up the ball. I don't think he's that great, and I've told you before, because I felt the same way with Antonio. Like, when he doesn't get the service, he is a bit of a ghost. He's really not all that helpful. But what we agreed on, when he does get those chances, he's going to put them away, unlike Antonio, most of the time. But Jared Bowen, he's just doing the business. He's tied with Haaland for the most open play goals. I mean, he's top 3 right now in total goals. If this guy was taking 10s, he'd probably be on top, maybe.
Lucas, don't forget, this is in the West Ham side that people think are shit. Like, people think this West Ham side is not doing all that at the minute, and everything's going fucking drastically wrong. And this geezer keeps scoring goal after goal after goal.
And great goals as well. Like even Liverpool 5-1. What an absolute corker!
He's scoring goals. He's scoring goals. This geezer, and the thing is, what I like about him is there's no ego with this kid. Yeah, he's got no ego. He doesn't think he's better than. All he thinks about is the shirt and the badge and what he represents. Yeah, and the moment Declan Rice left, he had to step up to the plate. Yeah, because obviously everyone was in Declan Rice's shadow at West Ham.
And again, he doesn't. I kind of can connect a little bit with this because, like, I think in terms of sports, I think I'm a decent leader, like on the basketball court, wherever I may be playing. But Jared Bowen, he is the silent leader. He's like a silent captain. He is just some of the glue that keeps it together. And when he's there, it just feels like West Ham are intact. West Ham, not the team. West Ham.
What it is with him, for me, before we sort of move on, is that I feel he's like a modern day Di Canio, as in how much he cares. Not as in like style of player, I will say that, but for what he sort of how he cares about the club is similar to how Di Canio was. I think we've got a natural born centre forward there, someone who knows where the goal is all the time.
That's why I'm saying with players like him and just at West Ham, like we do not get this often. So when we get a player like Jared Bowen, who is not only a great player, he's a great human, he's a great person,
great role model,
and he wants to stay at West Ham, sign a 7-year contract, and then just the folklore of him going to marry Danny Dyer one day. Danny Dyer being his father-in-law. He's got babies with a Dyer.
Yeah.
It doesn't get better than that.
Right. Yeah, I know, mate. Right. I've gone high 7. What you gone for?
Strong 7. Jared Bowen, I love you, son.
Yeah, fair enough, mate. Right. Subs, they only come on for a short amount of time, so I probably get 5s from me and Lucas. Let's come to this, man. Fucking criminal. Of
Simon Hooper, jail.
Discussion.
One of the worst.
Yep.
I don't even know where to begin.
I agree, yeah, because I am fucking raging with him, mate, 100%. First off, I was going to say this, right? Bruno Fernandes stops an attack, gets booked, does the most outrageous reaction, and doesn't get a second booking.
Johnny Evans should have been sent off. This guy.
Unreal. Like, that one didn't make no sense to me either.
He called and this wasn't just like against us. It was the whole match as well. I thought he was absolutely terrible for both sides. He called every single foul when someone dropped. Mind you, he did get one of them right when Zouma clearly blocked off Johnny Evans on a set piece. Fair play. But literally, anytime someone fell to the ground, foul. He was inconsistent on yellows for stopping transit. That yellow card that Kudus received was an absolute disgrace. No way, in my opinion, that's a yellow at all. Because they're not even like that deep in transition. And Kudus genuinely tries to swim over his shoulder and get in front of him. And Luke Shaw just falls down. Which, again, if you think that's yellow, fair play. But to me, that's absolutely soft. And he ruined the flow of the match 1,000%. It was so bad. That was a part of the reason why the match, in my opinion, was so boring.
Yeah, the first half was like scrappy and
dreadful.
Bitty, and it just
nails on a chalkboard.
Yeah, it was depressing. Let's be real. It was. But the Johnny Evans one, I can't make no sense how he's not been sent off. I really can't.
He had at least 3 yellow cards today.
He clears out Kudus. I think he gets booked for that one, if memory serves me right.
He did, yeah.
Right. Then he does something else, and it's a blatant. It's blatant yellow card.
His first foul was yellow worthy, in my opinion. His second one, he did get booked, and then the last one that he should have been sent off. Yes, we need the Keith Knight analysts of the ref.
Read that.
Hooper, the most controversial ref this season for conduct. It is shocking to think he is on 80 to 90 grand a year and gets a 1,500-pound match fee. He is shockingly inept. Keith Knight, legend. Love your analysis.
God, I agree. Like, I just thought he was terrible, yeah. And if we would have drew that game, then we would have all been pissed off with him, because I'm not being funny enough. Whether West Ham played good or bad, right, the referee had to do a job, and he was absolutely fucking diabolical.
Bald-headed.
Yeah.
Busted.
Joe, what I said to my mate today, yeah, I said, this Simon Hooper, it's a few times we've had him, yeah, over the years, and he's always been just a nightmare for us, just never giving the right calls. But what you giving him, Lucas? Give me a number.
I don't know I don't know if it's a jailable offense, but it's very close in my opinion. So I'm going to give him a -10.
I'll give him a 1 for turning up. That's about it.
And that's the issue. We all know it's an issue. The quality of officiating in the Premier League, for it being the best league in the world, we literally have the worst officials ever. And I'm not kidding you. I'm not an MLS fanboy by any means, but I do watch some MLS. The referees in the MLS, I'm not joking you, are 10 times better than what I've seen.
It's common
league.
sense, Lucas. Lucas, what it is it's blatant common sense. And what the sort of FA and the Football Association and everyone who's involved with the Premier League, what they've done is they've took common sense out of the game. Yeah, someone's just put a comment in there, bang on the money. Evans is literally like manhandling fucking Paquetá round the throat. That's a football offence.
That was assault.
Yeah, that's assault all day long, right? But you can't give a yellow card because it looks like you're spoiling the game. But I can guarantee you, if that was Alvarez doing that to someone, blatant yellow card straight away. Absolute blatant.
And then the handball in Liverpool Arsenal, that is an absolute disgrace to the letter of the law, the new law, that is. Absolute disgrace. Even with VAR, disgrace.
Yeah, I agree, mate. 100%. We move on to this man. David Moyes. Cool, dear. This is going to be interesting. On Wednesday night, for me, he majorly fucked up big time. Yeah.
Great.
And I said to my mate today, I said, you watch what happens today. I said, West Ham, because they fucked up on Wednesday night, West Ham will get this done today. I even done a little Twitter live last night coming home from the boozer. And I said, I've got the vibe with West Ham today, that West Ham will get the job done. They did. I thought the tactics in the second half were superb from him. I'm going to be straight. He started moving players around. He put Bowen on the left. It didn't work. He changed it straight away. Then he went James Ward-Prowse on the left and Paquetá up front and started moving these players around and getting them into positions where West Ham could be effective. He deserves some credit tonight.
Yes,
Lucas, what are you saying about Moyes?
And again, you know me. I'm a man of the people. I look at things from both sides of the coin. I respect all views.
Right.
To me, this is still the same philosophy and almost the same football we saw during COVID. We all know the score of David Moyes. First 45, he wants to get into halftime 0-0, right?
Yeah.
Or hopefully 1-0. And then once we're about 15, 20 minutes in, he'll then realize, like, okay, I know what we got to do here. We're going to up the tempo here. He's done it. He's done it his whole time at West Ham. And people weren't complaining during COVID ball, right?
Yeah.
But then again, I get it. He's not the most exciting manager. He doesn't play the most exciting football, but we try to play counterattacking football, which is what we did. And we got the job done. And he's starting to break this, or not, I won't say break, but second half, I don't know if it was a team talk. I don't know if it was an adjustment of tactics. Obviously, it was an adjustment of tactics, but who knows if he leathered them or some motivational speech. But 0-0 halftime, we come out second half, 2-0. We win against United. I don't care about their lineup. It's United. So he deserves his credit. So sometimes, like I said, I get what some people say, but then again, we've been seeing this for a while now. So, like, I don't know what the shock is for some people. So for me, you know how I break this down. The lineup, brilliant, full strength. That gets a 10 out of 10. All right. Yeah, he deserves a 10 out of 10 for putting Mavro in. I don't know if Aguirre is still sick or not, but
he was,
we're fit. So 10 out of 10 for the lineup. First half.
I think the first half was a mixed one for me.
Yeah, I'd probably give that like a 5, maybe
5
a
or
6.
Yeah.
And then second half, I would give him an 8, maybe a 9, because again, I know people that are Moyes out, they don't like to do it, but like, you just got to say fair play when.
I know, mate. I know.
So,
what you're saying.
So again, and he's been doing it for a while now, where towards the end of the match, like last 25-30, he starts flipping Bowen to the right, puts Kudus central, and then sometimes he's got Kudus and Bowen on the wing, and Paquetá is at the head of the press, and he's playing striker and
What I'm
holding the ball
liking,
up.
what I like today with him is he was always thinking of like changing it around. Yeah, we complain when he doesn't want to change it around enough, right? That's what happens. Yeah,
And
and when he does, and when he eventually does, then like you can't moan at him tonight. Like
you can't.
I see stuff on Twitter earlier on. I'm like, for fuck's sake, right? People, we go and win a game, right? We've just beat Manchester United, one of the biggest clubs in the world. Yeah, forget about their team at the minute and the form they're in. Yeah, because we just come off a 5-1 battle,
And we never beat them. We never beat them.
right?
And whenever we play them, it
Right?
always ends in controversy every
Yeah,
single time.
yeah. And basically, yeah, we've got to give some credit. Like, it's just got to give some credit today. Like, I'm going to let you sort of land on what you want to rate him, while I sort this call out. But yeah, what are you saying
But I
for
mean,
rating?
like I said, first half wasn't great, but I thought we were the slightly better side for the half because I thought we were solid for 30 minutes and then we fell off the last 15. And then I would say for maybe the first 10, 15 of the second half, it was very even. And then I thought we started to cook a bit. So,
Yeah.
For me, I think Moyes, if it wasn't for the first half, honestly, and again, I think some of that is to the fault of Simon Hooper.
Mm.
I'd probably maybe give him a 9. I'm going to give, you know what? I don't care. David Moyes gets a 9 tonight. He beat United at home. I don't care. Our home form continues to be very strong. Convincingly beat United when you put everything in total together.
Yeah.
We not dominated, but we deserve to win. He influenced the second half, and with his adjustment of tactics, he allowed our 3 best players to play at their full potential and score play passes to their absolute just their full ability, and he deserves credit. Everyone at West Ham United tonight, on and off the pitch, deserve credit and praise. So 9 out of 10 for Moyes tonight.
I'm gonna give him an 8. Yeah, and I'll tell you the
Fair
reason
play.
why. I'll tell you the reason why I'm gonna give him an 8. I thought the first half was shit from us, really, to a point. Yeah, but I don't think it was helped by the referee. I think the referee slowed the game down, and it was just bitty. It was just bitty. The problem is with West Ham are playing good 45 minutes, but they're not playing a good sort of 60 to 75 minutes. Yeah. Um, for me today, I thought the second half performance showed character. I thought even at 0-0 in the second half, I was like, come on, West Ham, like you got to be brave in there and try and make something happen. And we got the result. Yeah. At the end of the day, you cannot play pretty football, Manchester City football, Aston Villa football every single game.
And let's be honest, you cannot play beautiful football for 90 straight minutes.
Sometimes
it's very unlikely.
Yeah. Sometimes you've got to you got to like scrape through.
That's why I kind of respect the get into halftime 0-0, and then second half you turn it up a notch and you get a read of the opponent, and then you start to try to exploit a weakness. And like the second half, we pressed a fair bit in the first half, right? But not as aggressively as we did in the second half. And those are the little intricacies that I think Moyes deserves a little bit of credit for, and proves to a point where, like, proves his approach. And again, if you don't like that approach, that is totally fine. Like, that's your opinion. I respect it. But today, it works. It works. It works.
Yeah, but today, when I'm seeing stuff on social media of people saying like Moyes in, like the Moyes in wankers and things like that, yeah, that's why I understand why people who are Moyes in do come out and fucking wind up people. Right, this divide is fucking disgusting, really. I'm going to be straight. Yeah, 6 months ago we won a trophy, and now we just want to fucking have rows with each other. When West Ham win a game, that's all you should care about is the win. That's all you really should do is care about the win. Yeah. Listen, I want West Ham to play amazing football, but the win.
We all do. If we could play football like City, I would love that. I'd absolutely love that.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, I want West Ham to win. That's That's the main thing of the game. When you go into any competition, you want to win.
And what does winning do? It elevates the club.
And it fucking breeds confidence in players also, right? So listen, for me today, I'm over the moon because I've seen West Ham before get hammered by teams, and then that sort of filters into the side, and then they can't buy a win. Yeah, and they start losing confidence. What I'm noticing, West Ham get a setback, they dust themselves down, say fuck that off, that was bad, we go again. Yeah, and that's what I'm enjoying at the minute. Like they've got this mentality of going again, and what
Done
they've
that
got
twice now. Done it
twice. Yeah, and in two big games also.
After batterings.
Yeah, like the game against Freiburg and today's game. People will say about Manchester United today, but I don't give a fuck what team Manchester United turn up with. They are one of the biggest clubs on the planet, if not the biggest club on the planet. So, because they're in turmoil, that's not our problem. We just got to get the 3 points.
And there's a difference between that and obviously we were a bit favorites today, but again, it doesn't matter. It's United. We're West Ham. We're on complete different totem poles, and we never. And like I've said before, whenever we play, it's never an easygoing watch. There's always some sort of controversy. There's always something up for grabs.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So like
West Ham being 6 at Christmas, right? If that doesn't wake you up and say to yourself, you know what, we're actually doing all right. Listen, I get it with people who don't like Moyes. I always say this, yeah, but it's like I'm like a fucking broken record. Yeah, I have to keep saying the same thing over and over again. Right? I agree on that. Yeah, right. But what I'm saying is, if you can't see that West Ham are doing well in the league this year, then I don't know what more you can do.
We've got a ton going for us, and I totally agree with opinions like Kev has put in. Like we can't have everything. If people think we can, again, fine by them. That's their opinion. But there's got to be some realism in some thoughts. Like who would have thought at the beginning of the season we'd be in 6th right now? We have a player that's top 3 in goals in the Premier League. If he took penalties, he'd maybe be top. Our star boy in Mohammed Kudus has progressed way faster than what any of us would have thought. And Lucas Paquetá, along with them, even though he's had some bad games, that front 3 is it can go up against anyone. And I even said it today. This West Ham in this form, this 11 can compete with almost anyone in the world, bar your humongous money empire clubs. You know what I mean? But this is realistically what I want, and I cannot be happier. And we're doing well in Europe. We still got. I know the League Cup ended in shambles, but we still got Europa League. We still got an FA Cup matchup to look forward to that we should move on against Bristol. But I'm over the moon right now. And again, like I said, the wound isn't completely healed from Liverpool because of the scenario and the opportunity we had. But it is what it is. We beat United. We're 6th in the table. But I'm loving life.
I get what you're saying. I really do about the League Cup. But I think after probably yesterday, I thought to myself, you know what, it's done now. You know what I mean? Like, you can't change history. Liverpool, we never win at Liverpool anyway. And to go there and put a team out was on Moyes.
We just need to hope Liverpool win that thing, because obviously if they do, that Europa League spot, whatever, will drop down. Yeah.
But I've got every faith in West Ham this year. I called this a few months ago. I said West Ham will finish in the top 10 easily. Yeah. I also did say West Ham could finish in the top 7. Right. And I still stick to that. Yeah. I think West Ham are built in a way that if you can add players, and West Ham have got to learn from 2 years ago. They have to learn that come January, invest in this fucking side, and don't just go that will do mentality.
Because there's vulnerabilities around the Premier League right now. The Premier League has not been this wide open for a while. You've obviously got a bit of a 3-headed race. Villa, Arsenal, and when you think Liverpool, about it, and City are still in there as well. But
Lucas,
go ahead. Go ahead.
We're 4 points behind City.
exactly. In
So-
Newcastle, I like Newcastle. I like watching them play, but they lost a loon today.
Yeah.
Spurs. Ange ball is starting to crack a bit, or it's starting to show its flaws. We have a great opportunity, just like 2 seasons ago when Declan Rice was breaking out. He was just starting to become world class. We all were praying in that January investment to hopefully take us to the next level.
Yeah.
And again, I'm not saying that this January window could take us to the next level, but this could help us solidify a top 6 finish, because Brighton De Zerbi ball is getting exposed a bit. And
True.
The league is vulnerable right now. The top half is vulnerable. The top 6, 7 vulnerable, besides a few sides. But like you said, 4 points behind City, 5 or 4 behind Newcastle. And again, Newcastle lost to Luton. City is drawing, giving away points. Like, we have reason to hope, or we have reason to look forward to hopefully a top 6 finish and have hope.
If someone would have told me at the start of the season, James, on the 23rd of December, after you've just played Manchester United, that you're going to be sitting 6th in the league, I would have took that hands down. Yeah, listen, whether you like Moyes or not, right? And I do mean this, whether you do like Moyes or you fucking despise him, yeah. One thing you cannot criticise is when West Ham are winning a game, and just for an argument, with people, because I just think that's fucking just silly, really. Do you know what I mean? I understand when people say they get tired. I see what Wolf said there, but I'm tired of keep seeing people criticising people who are backing him up when we win a game. Like we win a game today, and people are not happy.
It should just be,
that to me just doesn't make no sense.
And I do agree with Wolf 1,000%. Like, it should just be bygones be bygones. If it should just be an opinion. There should be no like ill will if you hate him. There should be no like insane agenda if you love the guy.
If we go and win a game, on Wednesday night, he deserved to be fucking literally lynched in Liverpool. Yeah,
pitchforks.
He deserved to be fucking left in Liverpool and made to walk on. Right, I can understand that.
His tactics were absolutely dog.
Right, I get that, but when he gets it right today in the second half, and then listen, it wasn't pretty football, but it is what it is. Listen, as I say, results fucking win your games, mate. And he got the result today, and he won us the game. One thing I do want to say before I sort of round this up, I think we have got a really fucking superb front three. I mean, like a front three that I've never seen as good at West Ham. I'm going to say this to the sort of the 48 people in the chat. Have you ever seen a front three like this with Kudus, Bowen, and Paquetá? Because I most certainly haven't. I really have not. We've got quality, we've got pace in this team there. Like Kudus, like that geezer runs, bruv. He's a runner, yeah. And one thing I like about him is he's just superb. So I'm liking this front three. I am. I think this front three is good. I think the January window for me is the major thing there. That is the one, yeah. Now over to David Sullivan. Let's see. And this is what I keep saying to people, and I'll say it again for the final fucking time. If David Sullivan cares about West Ham United Football Club, he will invest in the January window. He will go, right, what do you need? Right, bang, 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 done. Right. Let's see if he really fucking cares. Because I care. He cares, sorry. Right. And all the people fucking care. Let's see if David Sullivan cares.
And you know Tim Stein has done his homework. He's definitely got some people in mind. So, and again, I totally back that. He is the head of everything. He signs the checks. He approves it all. David Sullivan, if he cares, he will bring in what we need to solidify a deep European run in a top 6 or top 7 finish. Because I want more European nights. I swear to God, February 23rd, if we draw Galatasaray, that will be the greatest away day of my life. And I think I could die a happy man if I saw that.
You'd probably die over there, mate. I know. Listen, we're going to wrap it up there, ladies and gentlemen, right? But I really do appreciate everyone who's joined me tonight, yeah? Please do smash a like on the video. A little message to everyone, right? This is the last video before Christmas. So I want to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas from me, Lucas, Mitch, Tom, Alfie, and Clive.
Whatever you celebrate.
Yeah, it's been a mad year for West Ham. I will say that. It's been smiles, cries, everything.
Jubilation.
Fights. Me and Alfie nearly killed each other a few times on this channel, right? But one thing I will say is that, like, listen, with West Ham, yeah, we're doing all right. We're doing okay, yeah. And this fucking divide has to stop as soon as possible. Yeah, enjoy the moment. Yeah, don't let the moment just pass us by, because you don't get moments like this at West Ham. I will be honest, you really don't. And I'm speaking from the art there. People thrive on this divide. Yeah, people want to have this divide for something to talk about. Yeah, I don't want this divide. I support West Ham United Football Club, and so should everyone else. Yeah, you lose being a claret and blue, and you win being claret and blue, and that's what it is. Like claret and blue through and through. You know what I'm saying? So listen, enjoy your Christmas. That's the main thing. Your family, your friends, your loved ones, wherever you're spending it. And obviously, we'll be back on the 27th. I'll be doing an opposition preview with an Arsenal fan to big game, Arsenal away at the Emirates. Let's hope we can beat them. I will say that.
Stay safe. Have a drink or two. Hug your loved ones. Hug your mother. Hug your father. Hug your siblings. Maybe your auntie and your uncle too, and cousins. But I hope everyone stays safe. I hope everyone has a fantastic Christmas, a happy holidays, whatever people are celebrating. And thank you all who tune in, participate in the channel, drop the comments. Whoever's a member, I know the membership has been kind of slow right now, but again, thank you for your ongoing support. It really does mean a lot to us. And without you guys, we would just be 2 to 5 guys talking to themselves on the internet alone, which would be really fucking weird. We could just keep that in a WhatsApp or some shit. But you guys make it happen. You guys make it possible. So a big shout out to all of you.
Yeah, that's enough from us, people. You take care of yourselves, and I will see you again in the next one. Very Merry Christmas from me. Much love and all the best to you. Bye-bye.